Everybody, welcome back. You're looking live at Championship Court, where all the top teams are competing today and where everybody hopes to end up at the end of tomorrow. Welcome back, everybody. It's day 2 of our coverage here at the Triple Crown NIT. Action is definitely heating up, as we said. Ladies, day 1 was fast and furious, exhausting a little bit, but what were some of your takeaways from the first day of the tournament?
My biggest takeaway thus far has been volleyball is getting so much faster. The sport's getting faster. I know for a fact it was not this fast when we were playing club. And me and PK were also talking about this morning. These kids know how to cover. And that was not something that we even hardly do in college that well. So it's really impressive at how skilled these ladies are.
I would say, yeah, not only the skill level being higher at a younger age was something nice to see, but just seeing the life within some of these kids was a little different. Because I feel like back in my day, I played for a little smaller kind of lax club where we were just out there to just have fun and do fun things. But you can just see the passion in each and every one of these little kids' eyes, and it's just crazy to see how far the sport has come in the last few years.
One thing we talked about, and as we cover South Dakota over the years, every year you can see a grade younger get more competitive, right? And we never thought we'd be going to a 14s court to watch intense volleyball, but they're playing hard, and that just means they're competing, and that's definitely on display here. Maybe a team or two that caught your eye out of the 580-plus teams there at the Triple Crown. PK, what about you? Give me a team that you were impressed with yesterday, or they made you stop and take a second look.
I don't remember which team it was, but it was definitely from the club Sunshine. I think they had 2. It was a 15s team and a 14s team. But just one, it started with the energy that they were walking with when they were warming up. Their jerseys were pretty cool.
Yes.
They had some stripes and fun colors on them. But then just seeing them on the court, like we said, just seeing how competitive these young girls have been. You could see they were definitely about their craft. They were serious, and it was just super cool to see. I was very impressed with the Sunshine Club.
Z, what about you? Who stuck out?
I watched a game yesterday between, it was 16-year-olds, Arizona Storm and Milwaukee Sting, and that Arizona Storm team, it's a competitive game, but that team looked like it was full of college players. Really skilled defensively, and blocking I feel like is a skill that we don't see develop super early, but a good blocking team, and so they were really awesome to watch.
Yeah, and I personally, I got sucked into the Texas effect yesterday, right away in the morning, Houston Skyline team, and I focused on watching my Texas teams, which is easy to do here. And my guy from a little old state, that was eye-opening to me, all the talent, all the teams, and all the high-level talent from the Lone Star State of Texas.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing. TAV, Houston Skyline, just to name a couple. But
we breed them right down there, Darren.
Yeah, Z, I don't doubt you. I don't doubt you at all. Also, I was really impressed with some of the young athletes, the composure they showed up here, which you all know firsthand is not easy to do, right? To come up here, they did a great job.
Yeah, I was because most of the kids that we did interview yesterday, they were like, oh my gosh, this is my first time ever being interviewed. Yeah. I've never done something like this. But then from the second we started recording, they just let their natural, authentic selves show. And you can see that in their play too, but just seeing that in their character just shows how great these kids are.
I think that's really awesome too, because volleyball is only going to continue to get bigger, and these interviews are going to become really normal for some of these players. And so to get that kind of exposure and experience right now is going to be awesome for them.
And it was neat. I sat out there more with the parents and some nervous moms and dads too, right? And I'm like, they'll be fine, right? But that's part of that maturity and that growth. And I like to tell them, if you're going to play in front of 20,000 people in a national title game someday, right? Now that there just wasn't 20,000 people there, see, when you guys were in yours.
Not quite 20,000. Not our fault, though.
That's right, not your fault, but
a lot of viewers.
A
lot of viewers.
If you're going to do that, you better be able to give an interview with 10 or 15 people. So really cool watching that interaction. We talked about the coaches. They were par for the course. I think my record was 23 college coaches at a court. That's the most I can count to. So I think we ended there. But the 23 coaches, who's who, we saw everybody. And also I think you maybe saw some lists, because right away today we saw some courts where a whole bunch of coaches flocked to bright and early today. So tell me, as former players, a 3-day tournament, what is day 2 like? Are your legs still fresh? Are you tired? Have you been staying up too late in the hotels? What's day 2 like of a 3-day tournament?
I feel like from a physical standpoint, I don't know about you, but when it came to club games, it didn't matter how much sleep I got, how much I ate. When it was time to go, I was ready to roll.
Yeah.
So I don't think the fatigue would be there yet for me, but for sure day 2 is important because if you did start out well in day 1, you really need to keep those vibes going for day 2 if you want to get a chance at winning a championship on that day 3. So I would just say day 2 is definitely a big mental day. I would say it's a big, big mental day.
I think, looking back, if I ever complained about being tired or my legs hurting at club tournaments, I would take that back in a heartbeat. My body was so fresh back then. And I think, I was ready to roll when it was time to go. But I do think day 2 is kind of becomes a make or break day. Like day 1, if you start well or start poorly, you can kind of make it or break it on day 2. And so I think it's a really good opportunity for all teams on that second day.
Yeah, and especially as we get into the crossover matches that are about ready to happen for the morning wave, that intensity racks up because that will show you exactly where you'll be. Triple Crown's done an amazing job. This is everything everybody told us, but day 2 is off and rolling. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors.
Hi, I'm Bonita, and we're from Drive Nation. I'm here to introduce you to the 16U Day 2 highlights. All right, welcome back. Our tour of some of the top setters in the country today continues. We are joined now with 2023 and Kentucky commits, right? Ava Sarafa from Michigan Elite, and thanks for joining us.
No problem.
So we want to ask you a little bit. Let's start talking about this tournament and competitors like you. What does it do what does it do for your mindset knowing that you have to play your best every match, every set here to advance?
Coming into this tournament, I mean, it really is, they're saying is where the elite come to compete, and it is so true. There is not a single team here that doesn't deserve to be here. It is the top athletes, the top competitive level. You just need to have the mindset of I'm going for this, and I'm going to outwork everyone.
So with that kind of mentality that you have, I don't know how long ago it was that you committed, but have you noticed a difference in your mental game before you committed versus after you committed?
I would say yes. I think before you committed, you're kind of it was 16's year going into recruiting, and it was just you were playing, and now it's different because being committed, the stress of the college coaches being on your court is a little less. But before that, it was you need to be ready to ball out with all these coaches watching you and being against some of the best teams in the nation. You need to be ready to just get out there and compete with all these teams.
And then,
Go ahead, PK.
Okay, and then so being a setter, that's a really active position. You're in it every single rally. What's it like just being able to be that forefront runner for your team, just being the one that holds it down?
I mean, it definitely is a lot of pressure at times, but I mean, you just want to put your hitters, your passers in the best situation you can. You just want to better the ball for them, make the team better. And really, even if setters are known not to get a lot of credit, like it's all the hitters, it's just great knowing that you can make your teammates better in what you're doing and what you're calling.
So for the 16s, the 15s, the 14s, now that you've been through the whole recruiting, the ups and downs of it, advice, and we've asked a lot of commits this, what's advice you would give to somebody or yourself 2 years ago as they're getting ready to go into the heart of their recruiting?
I would say that there's definitely going to be a lot of surprises in recruiting. I mean, dream schools, you may want a dream school, and there's going to be rejection, and you just need to be ready to have an open mind with recruiting. I mean, it's definitely a very overwhelming process trying to decide where you're going to go before you're like a senior in high school or if you're committing younger, but you definitely need to be open-minded about the whole thing, and once you get talking to coaches, you can kind of narrow down like who you get along with, who program you like best, all of that stuff.
I'm like super big competitive tournament. I'm like, do you have any goals for yourself or your team this weekend?
I would say just like always be focused and have your mind in the game. And if you make a mistake, like get to the next one. Just forget about that point because really you can't dwell on points here. Like you just need to be ready to be in the game like when you're playing.
And then if you ever find yourself in those moments where it's like, okay, the pressure's starting to feel on, I might be dwelling on old points a little bit, you see one of your teammates feeling down a little bit, what would you say to them to get them out of their little rut?
I'd say, hey, take a deep breath, like, we got this, let's just sign it real quick, like, let's just make things simple and then take care of the ball.
And we'll end with this, Ava. Talk about, do you think now, and you're sitting next to literally somebody you could be on the court with next year.
Yeah.
Do you think about
opposite sides, but
opposite
right?
sides.
I mean, well, yeah. Thank God you guys have gotten along so well too. But do you ever think, put yourself in that mindset that in just a few months I'm going to be on the big stage?
I mean, it's definitely surreal. Like about to graduate high school, going to college volleyball, and it's just a different level of like competitiveness. I mean, it really truly is, and I think that like being on the court with all these amazing college athletes is definitely insane to think about, but I'm also ready to go in and compete.
Absolutely, that's all you can do. Well, we love your attitude. I absolutely love your game, and we thank you for your time. So that's 2023. Next year, you're going to see her in the SEC, but today she's on our stage, Ava Sraffa. Thank you very much. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors.
welcome back for day 2 of Sights and Sounds, so follow along as we see what's going on in the convention center today.
Let's get after it.
Never mind, they're talking to their parents. I know. Oh, I found some. I need to start. They start throwing mics in people's faces.
What's up, guys? All right, bust out your best volleyball move right now. Psych, best dance move right now.
Whip it out, whip it out.
Eloise, go.
Let's see it.
Let's see it.
Best dance move right now.
Oh, hey.
All right, good luck the rest of the
Perfect,
weekend.
killed it.
See you guys.
That's great.
She's funny. She's so funny. I didn't see her over here. Making our way downtown. Walking fast. Faces fast. I'm home. And I need you. And I miss you. Now I wonder.
Hello, hello. Oh my God, a lot of Texas teams. Who am I joined by today? Hannah Redrow.
Ansley Dennison.
Morgan Howard.
Leah Oyewole.
Kenna Buchanan.
What high school do you guys go to?
Bishop Lynch High School.
Bishop Lynch. Okay. You guys all go to Bishop Lynch?
No.
Okay. Midlothian Boo. I'm from Dallas. I know all your teams.
Where'd you go?
I went to a bad school. I went to South Grand Prairie. We sucked. Yeah, how's day 2 going?
It's good.
Spot 32.
Yeah, we won crossover.
I'm like, you guys are from Texas. Texas clubs are super big and competitive. Who's your least favorite club to play against?
There's one right answer.
NRG.
NRG.
You got drive.
We got beef with Jermaine O'Neal.
True.
No, we got beef with NRG.
Everybody has beef with us.
Fair enough. Because you guys are queens. You guys
Most
are
hated.
most hated.
Most
That's what you
hated.
want to be. Hey,
Let me
it's
say
lonely
it.
at the top, right?
Yeah.
All right, good luck, guys.
All right,
Good luck, you guys. Here we go, volley dads. Excuse me. Oh, this is the definition. This is good sites right here. Good sites. This is the definition. There's all my heads, gotta get every single angle. No more dedicated group in the world than volleyball parents. They're all getting the same film. They could just share it, but they're all with their own. They're all with their own film. We're not share out. Look at his brother.
Hey, man. Are you a volleyball brother? Do you like coming to volleyball tournaments? Why not?
Do you like coming to volleyball tournaments?
Yeah.
Yeah, why?
To see my sister play. Oh, that's a good brother.
That's a good brother.
That's a good brother.
All right, see you guys.
Oh, that was really sweet. Not supposed to stop listening to. Oh, her headphones are good. I know.
What song are you listening to?
Oh, tomorrow too.
Oh, okay. Valid, you're about to go off this next game. Good luck, guys.
Okay, this is me as a little kid at the club tournament. Just hitting balls against the wall. We love it. We love it. Good show. You look good. Great control. You look awesome. Team.
Here we are live from Championship Court. This is where the 18U.
right here.
This is very
All
good
those
sites.
college flags
We got
up
all
there.
these colleges up in here. This is where a winner will be crowned tomorrow evening.
I had a privilege that we don't even know what it takes. Get down to the hill like a rainbow. Whoa. What's that? Whoa.
I don't know about you, but I'm exhausted after we just walked around this whole
We talked
convention
to
center.
every single person on this side of the convention center. So we're a little exhausted, but that was your sights and sounds for day 2. We're excited to do it tomorrow again.
All right, everybody, welcome back. We are joined by a very special guest, new head coach of the new program in the SEC. Vanderbilt Volleyball is back, and we're joined by head coach Anders Nelson. First of all, how's that here? What's that sound like to hear head coach?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, Darren, because I've wanted to be a head coach since I was basically in middle school after seeing my sister go through the recruiting process. So pretty cool to actually have that title now, and like my mom texted me when I first told her I got the job, dreams come true. So it's been awesome.
Yeah, well, and it seems like just a great situation being in Nashville and the SEC, one of the power conferences for sure, and your background. And I'm sure it's been more than a whirlwind month, but just give us people out there a little taste of what your last month, 6 weeks have been like.
Yeah, so I've been on the job for about 6 weeks now, and one of the things that I presented them with in the interview process was a first 100 days plan. So I've actually been using that pretty closely to kind of decide what's most important to do right away. The best analogy I can give to other college coaches that are maybe in very different situations is it kind of feels like we're at a program, but everyone came in and stole all our stuff, and then they wiped our computers clean. So now we're just trying to build all of that. So we're building a lot of templates for recruiting. We're building things for travel. Business office things. I'm meeting with architects for our new facility. It's everything right now. So obviously we didn't even have any volleyballs to our name as of last week. So we're having to do everything from scratch right now, but it's been a ton of fun. And every day is different and every day is challenging. So I'm enjoying it a lot.
So when a Dumbo like me says, why are they waiting a little bit to start playing? Maybe that's why, because there's some other stuff to do before you hit the court.
Yes. There's a lot to do. If I wanted to just keep working right now, I could stay at work for the whole time and never go home. So I got to kind of draw the line because there's so much to do. But yeah, we're going to start competing in 2025, and the lead-up time was really important to me when I was interviewing for the job to make sure we had enough time to do it properly and make sure we have a roster in place that can compete in the SEC right away.
So we talk, about the recruiting, and everybody talks about how big this weekend is, the talent. It's here, get a little bit redundant, but that's because it's true. Yeah. How is this weekend maybe different for you than other coaches that in established programs?
Yeah, the first difference is probably that I didn't have to leave any players to come here, and our staff didn't have to leave any players back in Vanderbilt to come here. So we're not thinking about getting back for practice on Monday or Tuesday. That's not something we have to worry about right now. We're just kind of in total recruit mode. So that would be the first thing. The second big difference is that we have one commit right now, and she's a 2024. So we're looking at a lot of 24s. We need to find like 4 or 5 more. And then we're going to add about 6 in the 25 class. Wow. So we just have a lot larger or a lot more spots to fill in the next 2 classes than probably most programs here. So we were here from about 7 o'clock till about 9 o'clock yesterday, a full 14-hour day, but wouldn't have it any other way when you're starting from scratch.
Well, you got to get a lot of positive feedback in the community. Well, those guys have been well known. You've been in the, that assistant role forever. Talk about your relationship in Kentucky and what you'll take from the success but also you as a group had there as you head to the new job?
Yeah, I
Vandy?
think I would be a lot less confident and feeling prepared for this job if I hadn't coached in the SEC for the last 12 years or whatever it is. I feel like I have a pretty good grasp of what it takes to be successful in our conference and what kind of athletes you need to be successful. I've also recruited the area that Nashville and Lexington are in really hard for the last decade, so I know the area really well, and those are all things that have kind of helped. But Craig Skinner, obviously I worked for him for 10 to 12 years, and he's not only my mentor, but one of my best friends, and there's a ton of things that I've obviously learned from him, and maybe unintentionally on a lot and intentionally on some things, but Craig is one of the best managers of people that I've ever been around. So the fact that I'm managing a staff for the first time, I feel more prepared because I got to watch Craig do it for my whole tenure there.
So give me a snippet. Will you guys start having Vanderbilt camps this summer, that going full? That'll start right away, even though you guys aren't taking the court next year.
Yeah, we're going to do camps this summer. They'll probably be a little limited because of space. First of all, our facility's not ready yet. And then also, we just don't have a large staff. We only have 3 of us right now. So they'll be a little more limited, but we definitely want to have some elite prospect camps to get some of these kids that are in this gym over to Vanderbilt's campus. And then, yeah, we'll have a full set of camps next summer. It's honestly for obviously recruiting, but also to generate a lot of interest in the Nashville area about Vanderbilt volleyball. And the city's really hungry for some volleyball and for SEC volleyball. So it's been great to just hear that reaction so far.
Yeah, and that was what I was going to ask you. How has the feedback been there? Is it something they just added because they had to, or is it something they added because they're excited? What's your feedback been from the community and the attitude in general?
So first I need to give a shout out to Salima Rockwell, who just walked by, the head coach at Notre Dame, who's been a huge resource for me. Moving to a really high academic institution, recruiting is just a little bit different, so I want to shout her out. But yeah, the feedback in Nashville has been pretty crazy, and if you follow Vanderbilt on social media, you'll know that they've shoved me down your throat, and you can't avoid me for the last month here. So the feedback's been awesome. I'm getting recognized around campus is pretty crazy. But people are just really excited about volleyball, and it's such a unique situation and something our sport hasn't seen at the Power 5 level in decades of starting a program from scratch. So there's definitely a lot of excitement, and we plan to capitalize on that and make sure that when 2025 rolls around, we're ready to go in terms of having a really strong fan base as well.
So will people ask what the mark you want to leave on your program when people watch Vanderbilt volleyball? They'll walk away knowing what?
The first thing we're looking for in recruits right now is, because the situation is so different and we don't have a jersey we can show them, we don't have any history that we can show them, we don't have a facility we can show them. So the first thing we're looking for is kids who want a challenge. And it's going to be really hard. To play in the SEC is very hard. To go to school at Vanderbilt is very hard. To live in a city like Nashville, where you can get distracted pretty easily, can be kind of hard. So we're looking for athletes that definitely want it hard. So I think that'll translate into how we play. We'll play gritty. We'll play with a lot of intensity and passion. And I want to play like we played at Kentucky, which is play really clean, really fundamentally sound, and really make sure that we look like a team that's technically trained and trained well. And that's going to be something that's really important to us.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to let you go and get back to work, ladies and gentlemen. The new head volleyball coach of Vanderbilt, and a man who has been so good to me through our journey. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for this guy helping us out year after year when he didn't have to. So we wish him the best. Class act all the way. So recruits, if you're listening, when it comes time, you can't go wrong with this guy. So thank you, buddy, and good luck.
No, thanks, Tip, and thanks for all you're doing for the sport. And the growth of Adrenaline the last year has been pretty crazy, and excited to see where it goes. So thank you for everything, too.
Awesome, buddy. Anders Nelson, we'll be right back. Thanks, man.
What's up, guys? I'm Z, and I'm here with... I'm Grace Carroll, and I play for Drive Nation 17 Red.
And I'm Aiden Ames, and I play also for Drive Nation 17 Red.
Okay, I just watched you guys play a really competitive match. Talk about what it's like to play in a tournament where there's so many good athletes, there's so many good teams, and no game is really a game off.
I think that it's super important, specifically for us here, not only just playing like on the championship court, but coming into this tournament ranked #1, to always have positive energy and stay up. As an athlete, I think growing up watching girls play older than me was super inspirational. So for me, it's really important to stay inspiring for the younger girls and just play to the best of my abilities.
Well, I love playing in tournaments like these because I love the high energy and I love the competitiveness, and I kind of love seeing my friends from around the nation. So I think it just brings the best game out of me, and I think it brings like my passion, it brings my energy, it brings my spirit out. And so I think it's kind of important to show that, and I think it's important to play with that energy. And you know, it's not a qualifier right now, so I think you have time to go out and kind of showcase yourself and not have like a lot of pressure on qualifying. So I think it's really good just to go out and play your best game.
Yeah. Triple Crown was always one of my favorite tournaments because, for one, you're playing the best of the best, so it's like always an opportunity to prove yourself. And also, there's all these college coaches watching, but you guys don't really have that pressure of your college coaches watching anymore because you're committed to Baylor and you're committed to Nebraska. So talk a little bit about why you decided to pick those schools.
I decided to pick Nebraska just for like so many reasons. I love the fan base, I love the environment, I love the campus, I love the volleyball coaches, and I love how talented all of the girls are on the team and the history that Nebraska has behind it. I just think it's a perfect school for me. I'm so excited just to be a part of that. You know, I see Husker fans everywhere, like all around the nation, and I just love how like there's such like a tight-knit family everywhere, and I love the spirit that everybody puts into the school, so I'm just excited to be a part of that.
For me, my faith is super important. Growing up all my life, I've gone to small private Christian schools, and so to be able to continue on that path and be somewhere where I can be confident in my faith and have others confident in my faith for me too is super exciting. The Baylor fan base obviously is on the smaller scale, but that's just what makes it so much more homey, and you just feel that support from everyone all around, not only in academics, but on the court, off the court. And so I'm super excited to get to be a part of that and to continue to grow in my faith through the college. That's awesome. So you guys both play for Drive Nation, and anyone that's ever been to a club volleyball tournament ever knows who Ping is. Ping is this infamous name, this infamous coach. You came to Drive Nation to play for him. You fly from San Antonio to Dallas to play for this man. So describe Ping in one word.
Honestly, Ping, ever since I was a little kid, I've wanted to play for him. Just knowing like the culture he has around himself and the culture he has created. This is a lot more than one word.
It's okay.
The culture he has created through his team. It's honestly, I think that he's just inspiration, like to other people, to other volleyball players, to other coaches even. And so he kind of just like inspired me to be a better player and to get to the point where I am to be able to play for him.
Inspiring. Got it.
Passionate. This man is so dedicated to this game, and he notices the smallest details in everything. So, like, his passion really helps us make us better players. So, I'll say passionate.
Awesome. What are you guys looking forward to for the rest of the tournament?
Getting to continue to not only play on the championship court that we're staring at right now, but continuing to play against the best athletes in our age group, and just having that high level. Obviously, Triple Crown is like where the elite come to compete, as people say. So just getting to be a part of that is super amazing.
I'm excited to get better. I'm excited to see the competition that all the 17s age group has this year. So I'm excited, to bring my game to the next level and come out on top, hopefully.
Yeah, you guys are ranked number 1, and I'm excited to see it hold up a little bit. So good luck the rest of the tournament. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Introducing Hour-a-thon, the fastest, easiest way for groups to raise money. Hour-a-thon is a 1-hour text and call-a-thon. There are no emails, no apps, no logins, and no personal information to input or share. The whole fundraising event lasts just 60 minutes, and you get paid in 48 hours once it's over. Thousands of groups of all sizes across the U.S. have used Hour-a-thon to raise millions of dollars in just 1 hour. Contact us today to start your own Hour-a-thon fundraiser.
Good morning, NIT. We're back with another athlete interview, and here I have Kennedy from AVA 16 Adidas, and she's an outside hitter. So as an outside hitter, you do play 6 rotations, get a little bit of defense, a little bit of offense. What's that like, just getting to be in the game the entire time?
It's really exciting getting to be on the defensive and offensive end, and it's actually really just pushing yourself, and it's a little bit challenging whenever you're playing really hard teams. But I think it's just overall a really good experience, and it just pushes myself to be better and opening my IQ of the game.
Do you have a favorite? Do you like playing defense over offense, or do you like to swing more than you dig some balls?
So the defense is a really big part of my game, and I feel like it helps me get into more of a rhythm whenever I'm hitting. So if I had to choose, I probably might pick defense, just because it's so exciting. Whenever you're digging really hard driven balls, and it's gives you an adrenaline rush almost.
And then, so you're from the state of Texas,
Yes.
and Texas is a big volleyball state, whether it's club, high school, college, widely supported. So what is it like getting to play the sport you love in a state where you know you're going to get fans, you're going to get support, and all that good stuff?
Once again, it's really exciting, and it's like it feels like, I don't know, it feels like we're like supported all over, like from different clubs, from different like schools. It just like, feels like really like a supportive like area, like where, I don't know how to put it. We can just like play and like be supported by everyone, and like everyone have that same excitement and drive to just play volleyball, and it's like one big family almost.
I feel like in Texas, Texas is like one of the biggest states in the country, but it's a kind of a small volleyball world. Like we all kind of know each other, we've heard of each other, we know each other's names, so it's kind of a cool community.
Yeah.
You're here at one of the biggest recruiting tournaments. I mean, you're in your 16th year. That's like when the recruiting process starts to get a little bit more seriously. Are you starting to take like a little more like attention and notice to like where you want to take it to the next level? Or at least how is being at a tournament like this preparing you for what's going to happen next?
It's really nice because we're playing like a lot of top teams as we are like a smaller club. So when we play these big teams, it just kind of helps get like a little bit more attention around us, especially like whenever we're like in those tight games and things like that, having to be able to pull out like big wins or like getting big points, big kills, big runs and things like that. It's just really, it's really cool. It's really fun to like be able to play and compete with all these other teams.
All right, so it's the end of the third set. It's 14-13. You guys need one more point. And what do you tell yourself to get all of the stress, the nerves, rattle all that away? What do you tell yourself to ground yourself and stay calm?
Well, me personally, I just tell them to set me. Like in my mind, I'm like, set me the ball. Like me personally, I like the pressure. I like the having like the weight put on me. I feel like I can handle it, and like in those tight moments, I'm like, set me the ball. I got this. Or I'm gonna dig this. Or like I just have a lot of confidence in myself within myself to like just push myself. So I think it'll be like give me the ball.
Yeah, well, it's perfect, Kennedy. All right, I hope you have a great rest of your weekend, and good luck to you guys.
Welcome back, everybody, to our Day 2 coverage of the Triple Crown NIT tournament. As every athlete knows, hydration and nutrition is one of the most important things for all of us athletes, and Prime Hydration Drink is trying to enhance that experience for all of us. And so I'm here with Angie from Prime Hydration Drink. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Angie with Prime Hydration. I'm on the national marketing team. For this tournament, I am the photographer, so we're just here partnered with NIT this year.
So what separates Prime from other drinks that athletes drink, such as like Gatorade?
So the biggest difference between us and our competitors is probably the amount of sugar and the electrolytes that we have. There's only 2 grams of sugar in Prime, which is very, very small compared to our competitors have probably like 34 more grams of sugar. We also have about 834 milligrams of electrolytes, which is pretty big.
And where can you find these Primes at?
So I'm personally from the West Coast, but we have them at Target, Walmart, Fry's in Arizona. We also have them in Kroger as well. I hear from the West Coast, some dads have been coming up to me saying that they've been sold out where they are, so they're pretty hyped that it's here.
I follow a lot of sports pages and front office sports and stuff like that, and I've seen so many commercials and tweets about this drink from Logan Paul, Pat McAfee, all these guys, so it sounds awesome.
Yeah, no, it's really tasty, so if you ever have a chance, I would definitely recommend it.
Before we let you go, what is your favorite flavor?
This one, actually. Metamint, because it's about mixed berry, and it tastes sweet, but it's not actually that sweet.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna have to say my favorite flavor is it's an icy pop,
Yes,
right?
yeah,
It tastes just like a melted bomb pop, and it's amazing. Amazing. What's Jersey?
I tasted the Metamoon. I have not tasted the icy pop, but I think that might take the cake. But I also love orange flavored anything, so I don't know. Maybe I'm just an overall fan.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us today.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to our coverage of the Triple Crown NIT here on Adrenaline Volleyball. Day 2 of this unbelievable tournament. We've talked about all the amazing athletes. We're joined by another one right now, Sierra Pockrell, Nebraska Premier. And Sierra, thanks for joining us. Now, watching you out there this morning, talk about your game as a libero and one of the top in the class of 2024.
I'm actually new to my team this year, but I think what I bring to the team is like energy, and I think I take pride in helping my teammates, like talking to them and like bringing them up. So I think that's really what helps me.
What's a skill part of your game that maybe sets you apart from other liberos that you play against? Is it your reaction time? Is it how well you see the court? Is it maybe a combination of everything? What some things you do really well, you think?
Yeah, I think I prep really hard for, like in practice, I try really hard on correcting my serve receive and seeing the ball really early, and I think that's what helps me a lot.
Sounds good.
So, I mean, as important as defense and serve receive is, another huge thing that I see for liberos at least is when it comes to out-of-system setting. How do you think your out-of-system setting is, and how do you think you could improve that to help out your teammates? Because also, like with USA Volleyball this year at least, something that we talked about a lot was why did they win that gold medal? And it was because all of their out-of-system sets were like practically, not perfect, but they were such good, high, hittable balls. And when like plays get chaotic, it's like, how do you as a libero work through those?
Yeah, it's really important to help our hitters. And when I went in the USA gym to train for NTDP, they preached high and tight, and really taking risks. And I think that really helped me. Like, even if it goes over the net, even taking risks is just really good, and it helps the hitters.
We talked with Carrie yesterday about playing in the state of Nebraska, right? It is the #1 state in the country for volleyball at all levels, right? What is that like, just knowing that you guys are so supported, but yet the sport is so important at every level in your state?
Yeah, we like local tournaments are just so big, like really challenges us at home to come here and we can just play out and just be our best.
And then talk about now the recruiting process, right, in your year. I mean, it's really picking up for you, even though you're playing up in club. What are your thoughts going in? Are you nervous, excited? Do you have questions? Do you maybe have a clear path? Where are you at with your recruiting?
Yeah, I'm just working hard, reaching out to a lot of colleges right now and just trying to see what fits me best,
Absolutely. So this tournament came up just short, your first match of the day. What is it like to know you have to be on point every play, every set, this entire 3 days?
I think to myself, I don't have to be perfect. I just think as long as I do what I need for my team to win, then we'll be fine.
Absolutely. BK?
That sounds great.
Hey, Sierra Pockrell, one of the top liberos class of 2024. Make sure you get out and watch her. If not this weekend,
2025.
Sorry, I don't want you to graduate too soon. I'm sorry. 2025 college coaches. Make sure you get out and see her sometime this club season. Thanks, Sierra.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Amelia, and I play for Far Out Volleyball Club, and here are the Day 2 15U highlights.
What's up, Adrenaline Volleyball? PK here with another interview, and I'm accompanied by...
Hi, I'm Olivia Fish. I'm on Kiva 18 Red.
Okay, so you play for Kiva, which is based in the city of Louisville.
Yes.
So Louisville, just that whole area, very big volleyball city. Lots of love and support goes into it. What's it like getting to play the sport you love in a very supportive area?
I think I'm not personally from Louisville, so it's really fun to be able to come to Louisville and be in such a big volleyball family. Kiva is such a big family and big club to where you just step in and it's just all volleyball. And everyone loves the same thing and everyone has the same goal when you go in there, so it's really fun.
Okay, and so this is a super big recruiting tournament. I mean, you're already 18, you're probably done with the recruiting phases and stuff, and you are committed to Wake Forest. Yes. So what's that like? I mean, you're in here playing your final club season, getting prepared for the college level. So what's that been like?
It's been fun. I get to see all my coaches, and this is the first tournament where they're here, and it's fun to be able to talk to them and get to know what next year is going to be like, and then also come back in the afternoon and watch the 24s and get to see who else is going to be in the class. So it's fun.
And the recruiting process can be a little daunting, kind of scary, exhausting. Yeah. What would you tell to the girls who are 14, 15, 16 right now, who are going through that process and might be a little scared and overwhelmed?
I would say to just keep your options open. When I started my recruiting process, I wanted to stay local, and then I go 8 hours away. So I say just keep your options open and don't close any doors, and keep everyone, don't not answer a phone call. So.
Okay, and so you're 6 station outside. That's a pretty active role on a team. Yeah. What's that like? I mean, your team's going to need a lot from you. They're going to need defense, serve, receive, offense, vocal, just a leadership. So what's it like being a leader for your team?
I love to just be on the court and just help everyone else around me. I like us succeeding and just being, even if I'm not in the play and doing something in the play, I just like to be able to help and just help my teammates because we all have the same goals. We're talking, and it's fun to be able to, everyone is bought in and everyone is just on the court wanting the same goal. So that's fun just to be able to be a part of that and to be a leader of that.
All right, and then last question. Whenever you find yourself maybe in a low rut, or it's got a little brain fog going on, what do you say to yourself to get yourself out of those moments?
I just tell myself it's all right. You're gonna make, the volleyball is the game of mistakes. There's every point's won is a mistake. So you've also got to just lean on your teammates and be like, hey, I'm struggling, will you help me? So I think that also comes with good teammates and good leadership to be able to take a point and be like, I'm struggling, and be able to recognize it. So just tell yourself it's all right.
All right, well, sounds good. Thank you very much, and good luck the rest of the weekend.
Thank you.
What's up, guys? I'm Z, and we're back with a little bit of volleyball trivia, and I'm here with 3 players from Elevation.
Hi, I'm Ava Long.
Hi, I'm Cindy Gesselbrock.
Hi, I'm Sophie Davis.
All right, we're going to go through 4 or 5 questions. Only rule is you have to buzz in before you answer. First question, what college has the most ticket sellouts?
Nebraska?
Correct. That's correct. 1-0. In which state was volleyball born? Massachusetts, New York, or California?
Massachusetts.
That's correct. What team has the most national championships?
Stanford?
No, not Texas.
Stanford?
That's correct. It is Stanford. Wow, look at you down there. This Kansas City native recently played in the Final Four and the national championship game and was named ACC Scholar Athlete of the Year. Who is she? She's from Kansas City. She played in the national championship game for an ACC school. You're on the right track. And she's a middle blocker.
I know who they are, but I know the middles, but I don't know their names.
Her name is Maya Tillman. Last question. Name 3 Big Ten schools.
Nebraska, Ohio State, Penn State.
Winner. She kicked you guys' butts. Awesome. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Our next of our player interviews, we are lucky enough to be joined by Minnesota Select setter and University of Minnesota verbal commit, Stella Swenson out of Minnesota. Thank you for taking time to join us.
Of course, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So the competition level at this event match anything other than maybe nationals or anything like that you guys play in the rest of the year?
Honestly, no. There's no tournament like this. All the top teams are here, and it's cutthroat from day one. We played really good teams day one, and it's been really fun. There's no other tournament like it.
So you've been through the whole recruiting process already. What advice would you give maybe 16-year-old athletes going through the same thing?
Some advice I would give to 16-year-olds would be keep your options open and don't make any hasty decisions. Meet the team, meet the coaches, know the environment before you make a solid decision. So I'd say just wait, give it time. It'll come to you. If other people are committing early, that doesn't have to be your journey. Just take a deep breath, sit back, find out what's right for you.
So you come from definitely a volleyball family.
Yes.
Your blood. Remember your first volleyball memory, being in the gym, mom coaching, following your sister. What's your first volleyball memory?
Ooh, there's a lot of them. My first volleyball memory is being in the gym of my mom's high school team. I would sit in her volleyball carts and just hang around, and I would hit against the wall, try to look super cool, like I was really good at volleyball as a little 10-year-old. But watching all the older girls was super cool because they're older. Everyone wants to be an older girl.
Yeah.
And it was super fun.
So what are you most excited about for the next level?
Definitely the play level, the competition I'm really excited about. And just meeting everybody, and I get to meet friends. I get to see my friends who played club play against the net in collegiate games. I'm really excited for that. And I'm really, really excited to have fans. Not fans, but to play in a big arena area and there's a bunch of fans, go Gophers. I'm so excited for that.
Well, and going to the Big Ten, you're going to be in a lot of big arenas with a lot of fans. But we're talking about you've been at big matches growing up, watching your sister and perform. Do you think that helped seeing your sister in those big situations? Does that help your mindset as an athlete to prepare for the big stage?
Yeah, definitely. But since day one, I've always wanted to play on the big stage, play with the big girls. That's been a dream of mine, and I'm so happy that's coming true. But watching Sam has been huge for me because I understand, and she's talked about it, what goes through her mind, how she prepares for games. That's been huge for me growing up.
As one of the top setters, in the country, what's something that you think about your game? We always tell athletes it's okay to brag about yourself a little bit, but what's something about your game that you think you do very, very well?
Something about my game that I do very well is my dumping. So I'm a really aggressive setter at the net. I like to hit overpasses, dump a few, block a few. That's something I really enjoy doing. And another key part of who I am is my confidence. I think it's huge for setters to be confident because you have to want that ball and go get it. You got to take it from your liberos. You got to take it from your middles in the way. You just got to go. You got to be a go-getter.
I'm going to tell you what, you see the way Sammy smiled, you made a fan. Sammy likes you and loves your answer. So now, last thing I want to ask, just as a lifelong Big Ten fan, have you already developed any rivalries? Do you have a big rival heading in? Being from Minnesota, I know the obvious answer normally is, but do you have a big rival, a team that you can't wait to play in conference?
I haven't really like developed any of those relationships. Like I'm best friends with a lot of the girls. Like I've got a good friend going to Creighton, Destiny Simpson. She's awesome. I've got friends going to Pitt. So I'm just excited to play everybody. Like there's not one team in particular. I'm just excited to kick some butt.
That's awesome. Well, we love your attitude. We definitely love your game, and we thank you for taking time with us.
Of course. Thank you.
All right, Stella Swenson, Minnesota commit, Minnesota Select. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors.
Hey everybody, here we are as we wrap things up on day 2 and gear towards another good day of volleyball tomorrow.
Yeah, and we saw with today, you could tell the intensity, I think, was ramped up even a little bit more than on day 1. It's crossover matches, right? The challenge, like you saw, even a higher level of play. And tomorrow is all about the tournament, right? Tomorrow is all about tournament. You win, you advance, you lose, you go home. And everybody's going to hope to be on that court right over our shoulder there. So another great day. I'm just amazed by the volleyball that we're getting to watch.
Yeah, I think the level's going to be even higher. It's going to be really the cream of the crop, dwindled down to the final stakes, and the stakes are going to be so much higher. So everyone's going to be playing with a lot of fire and excited to win. So it's going to be really awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be another amazing day, and I can't wait to feel the intensity of the opportunity.
Yeah, last day, college coaches are starting to leave a little bit, and it's just you and the teams playing, so it gets to be a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Why don't you take us home?
Yeah, so that's the end of our day 2 coverage. Special thanks to all the athletes that we talked to today, and we're really excited to see how it plays out tomorrow.